Hello everybody, my name is Zach and welcome to the day 151 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. We have 10 games to cover today, so without further delay, let the day 151 recap begin. Devin Booker in Boston to take on Isaiah Thomas and the rest of the Boston Celtics last night. And it may have been the Celtics home court, but Devin Booker made it his show. Devin Booker scored 70 of the Suns' 120 points last night. 70 points. I still get chills just thinking about it. Youngest player to ever score 70, highest scoring game since Kobe's 81 back in 2006. Sixth player to ever score at least 70 points, and yet it was still the Celtics who would come out on top 130 to 120 thanks to Isaiah Thomas and his 34 points and 7 assists, and Al Horford and his 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Devin Booker also had 8 rebounds and 6 assists to go along with his 70 points though. And I wonder, how long will it be till I can say that a player scored over 70 points again? Booker wasn't the only one who had an impressive night yesterday, but if you compare James Harden's 38 points, 17 assists, and 7 rebounds to the game Booker had, well, it sounds impressive, but you know, it's just not as impressive. It was impressive enough though for the Rockets to escape with the win over the Pelicans, 117 to 107. The dynamic duo of Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins combined for a total of 62 points. Cousins with 29, while Davis had 33 points and 16 rebounds. The Pelicans up until the game had won 5 of their past 6 games, and with this win, the Rockets get their 50th win of the season after having a record of 41 and 41 in the 2015-2016 season. Oh, and you thought that was all the flames that were set to the court last night though? Well, trust me, there was still a lot more. For example, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Can't forget about this guy and the things he's been doing this season, like leading the Bucks to yet another win last night over the Hawks, 100 to 97, a very narrow win. Behind Giannis Antetokounmpo and his 34 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Milwaukee is now tied with the Hawks for the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. This team keeps climbing up the ladder even without Jabari Parker. They're going to be scary good in a couple of years. Dennis Schroeder scored 28 and Tim Hardaway Jr. had 25 for Atlanta, who are still without Kent Bazemore and Paul Millsap. I got some news for you guys though. We still ain't done. I'm not sure what's up with the players yesterday, but it seemed like everyone was bringing their A game, and that includes LeBron James, as he was only 1 rebound shy of a triple-double of 32 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. It seems like he always plays really good against the Hornets though, or is it just me? And it seems like the Cavs always get the win over the Hornets too, just like last night, 112 to 105 was the final score. Other than LeBron James, Kyrie Irving also had 26 for Cleveland, while Kemba Walker scored 28 for the Hornets. LeBron James did get a bit of an injury though, as he scratched the surface of his eye, so his availability for the Cavs' next game against Washington is questionable. Speaking of flames though, you already know, anytime the Serbian GOAT laces up, some court is going to be turned into nothing but ashes. And unfortunately for the Pacers, that pile of ashes was the Bankers Life Fieldhouse they call home, 125 to 117. The Nuggets get the win. Jokic dropping a smooth 30 points to go along with 17 rebounds and 5 assists. Let me know who you guys have for most improved in the comment section, Jokic or Giannis. Wilson Chandler also had 24, and Gallinari had 21 points and 11 rebounds as the Nuggets used a red-hot 4th quarter where they scored 42 points to seal the deal. Paul George, Miles Turner, and Jeff Teague all played really well for Indiana though. George with 27 points and 9 rebounds, Turner had 20 points and 4 blocks, and Teague had 21 points and 8 assists. The Lakers unveiled a statue of Shaq outside the Staples Center last night, and I guess that must have had the Lakers fired up. The young guys playing out there like they all wanted their own statues outside of the Staples Center when their career is said and done. They played with a lot of heart last night to grind out the 130 to 119 overtime win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, scoring 21 points in overtime. They simply just weren't going to lose. And you can attribute 35 of those 130 points to Jordan Clarkson, as he sets his new career high with those 35 points, while Julius Randle also contributed 23 points and 12 rebounds for the Lakers. Meanwhile, Towns, Wiggins, and Rubio all did their best for Minnesota. Wiggins scored 36, Towns had 25 points and 13 rebounds, and Rubio had 19 points and 15 assists. Dario Saric or Joel Embiid for Rookie of the Year. I know most people are probably thinking Embiid, but ever since he was shut down for the season, Saric has been nothing but impressive. He's averaging around 20 points and 7 rebounds per game over the past 10 games. And last night was one of his best games yet, scoring a career high 32 points to go along with 10 rebounds to lead the Sixers past the Bulls 117-107. Sean Long also had 18 for Philly off the bench, while Jimmy Butler was huge for Chicago with 36 points and 11 assists, but just not big enough. Good news for Golden State fans is that KD continues to make huge strides towards his comeback. More good news is that the Warriors beat the Kings again last night. Not sure if that's news though, kind of just stating what we all knew would happen. Anyways, 114-100 was the final score. Stephen Curry did a lot of everything last night with 27 points, 12 assists, 6 steals, and 7 rebounds. And Draymond Green also did his part with 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. While Buddy Hield had his best all-around game of his career so far with 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Nets had their first winning streak of the year with wins over the Pistons and the Suns. But as they say, all good things must come to an end, as the Wizards put an end to the Nets winning streak with the easy 129-108 win. John Wall had 22 points and 9 assists, and Brandon Jennings had his best game since signing with Washington, as he had 18 points and 9 assists in his 21 minutes off the bench, while Bogdanović also chipped in 17 off the bench. Meanwhile for Brooklyn, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson had 19 points. The Pistons were in the playoff picture a couple of games ago, but now it's looking like their fate will rely upon the ping pong balls come June, as they lose once again to the Orlando Magic, 115-87, and at this point, I'm not even sure if this team wants to play anymore. All 5 starters scored in double digits for Orlando, with Terrence Ross being the high scorer with 18, while Elfrid Payton had a triple-double of 14 points, 10 assists, and 11 rebounds. John Leuer led the Pistons with 16 off the bench. And that about wraps up all the games from last night. Now it's time to get into the player of the day. Yesterday, you guys selected DeMar DeRozan and his 40 points and 6 rebounds as your player of the day, and here are today's nominees. Just a quick warning though, I did have to make an exception this time. Also, the voting will take place somewhere else besides Twitter, since Twitter only allows 4 options to vote, and this time I had to have a lot of candidates because there were so many great games. But like I said, here are your nominees. Of course, you have Devin Booker in his 70 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. James Harden in his 38 points, 17 assists, and 7 rebounds. LeBron James in his 32 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. Nikola Jokic in his 30 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. Giannis Antetokounmpo in his 34 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. Or Stephen Curry in his 27 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, and 6 steals. You guys can go vote on the straw poll link down in the description box below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the recaps of tonight's games. Speaking of that, here are the games that are going down tonight. You have the Utah Jazz versus the Los Angeles Clippers, the Washington Wizards versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, the New York Knicks versus San Antonio Spurs, the Toronto Raptors versus the Dallas Mavericks, and the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Portland Trailblazers. Let me know who you guys think are going to win those games down in the comment section below. But like I said, I will see you guys tomorrow with the recaps of those games. And until then, keep getting the buckets, Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace!